Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creator Metaphysical Store. Today, we're going to be discussing some earthly events that the goddess Hecate actually showed me. And it's very, very interesting because normally she doesn't do this kind of work. Let me make sure I turn this off. Yeah, that's off. So I'm taking more um, consideration, seeing as the goddess Hecate was the one who showed it to me. And so I'm going to start from the beginning of the dream that because they loved when they do give messages, they give messages to me when I'm sleeping. So I know the difference between my own dreams and the dreams that I'm being shown, and like by actual entities. And it's very interesting because originally I was just having like a normal dream where I wake up and I put on my clothes, then I go take a shower, whatnot. It was just a normal dream. Then Hecate shows up in my bathroom and the bathtub was already filled up. And she was like, "Come here, I need to show you something." And so I come over, and that's when my consciousness went dive first into the water. And so it obviously subconscious energy there, but it's also like very interesting because I saw the prenumeral lunar eclipse that just happened, and I was hearing her voice, and she was explaining to me that the prenumeral lunar eclipse was just the start. It is triggering us to look back on our basics, like to really get back to basics, encouraging people to get back to the basics. So there is that energy shift. And what I did see was that there was a group of people that did shift. Um, but most of humanity was still kind of like it shifted, but not shifted like significantly. And what she was explaining was that the ones who shifted significantly, and she didn't explain or give any criteria of how to know that just yet. And I probably should have asked, but I didn't because there was just so much information. But those who have shifted significantly will be spiritual leaders. She did say something about how they will be spiritual leaders, people that have great knowledge, in order to prepare them to lead people through the hard times that are coming. She showed me then that's when I saw the total lunar eclipse. So she was explaining how those who are very spiritual and have this like I guess a special specific knowledge. I don't know what knowledge it was, um, but in order they for we needed to shift in order for to be prepared to help guide people through the other shift because that's when the total eclipse is going to happen on I think it's April 8th, 2024. But there's like another lunar eclipse, but a total lunar eclipse. Those people that were spiritually, those people's lives that were significantly changed and were spiritually prepared, like we were shifting, those are the people that are gonna help the people in the total lunar eclipse to help them shift. Does that make sense? Um, basically, the people that have shifted significantly from the prenormal lunar eclipse are going to be those that are, they tend to be very spiritual. I do feel like they were very spiritual people. I didn't see any faces, I didn't see anyone, but I felt it. It was, those are very spiritual. I felt that they were spiritual leaders, a lot of people respected. But they were very in tune with the earth, very protective of the earth as well. And I just heard the word Earth Keepers in my head, so maybe they're known as the Earth Keepers. I don't know. Um, so um, these I like to call them Earth Keepers because it's the title that I was given. Earth Keepers are going to help us shift completely when the total lunar eclipse happens. So now on to the total lunar eclipse because I saw a whole city disappear. I don't know what city it was. I did feel I thought I saw hot springs completely disappear, which I don't know if that means it's gonna like fall to the ground, which probably is not gonna happen. But it was like things were reverted back to a very medieval state, a very medieval Neanderthalic caveman like state. So when I saw that shift, I asked, what is this about? And I had this feeling of like it was I get them in feelings, but it was this informational feelings. It was about some people call them the Illuminati or the Dark Cabal or the elites or whatever you want to call it. But there's just a group of not so nice people that want to still be in control and really control us and govern over us. And from what I understood, and I saw like a bunch of different leaders, like Biden, and there was other government officials in our American government more so, that there are going to be secrets about sex trafficking, things like so. Yeah, we've all had our fair share of like that island, right? Well, it's 10 times worse than that island for real. And it's all happening underground. So a lot of these sex trafficking rings may be exposed. Um, I saw a lot of military information being disclosed to the public, being given to the public, released to the public. Stuff to do with energetic projects like UFOs and stuff, but it's deeper knowledge. Like, yeah, we have knowledge of all that stuff already, but it's actually deeper knowledge. Like, even worse knowledge that, man, it was like, man, y'all been doing this shit for years. Like, the kind of stuff that would probably start riots because of the absolute, like, appalled, like, how could you do this? Like, kind of vibe. And so it's yeah, we have the Blue Planet Project, and I was told to hush up because they're like being saying careful, don't say too much, okay? Because I just had a dragon come in and it was touching my heart, and it just get this feeling of like, don't say too much, because they don't want me to like be a target for the not so nice people. That's what I felt. But then what else was there? Um, there was a orb of light. It was reminding me of like a crystallized orb of light, and all the light from Hot Springs Village and Hot Springs itself consolidated into one orb. It then split itself into three different orbs. So there are three aspects of light that are definitely going to be three aspects of light. So three things are definitely going to be illuminated. And I took a sword that I looked at the hilt, and I could swear to you, I saw the word Excalibur written in it in like English letters, and it was just weird because it was Latin, but I knew it to be the word Excalibur on the sword itself. And I remember smashing, excuse me, the orb. But let me back up a little because I forgot one important detail. So when the total lunar eclipse happened, I saw like all the people in the village and the hot springs disappear. And what took its place, like I said, was an old timey, very Neanderthal caveman, medieval type life scenery, right? But then when I smashed the one orb that's then split into three, we came back, but so the Neanderthal and the Knight Templar energy stayed. So from what I understood from that, when I asked about that from Spirit when I woke up, was that this is a mirror. The Neanderthals and the Knights Templar stuff. The Knights Templar represents our justice, the truth. It represents our desire to have justice and truth and honor. Um, all the good things that a knight usually has. Chivalry, good Samaritan like energy, right? But then the Neanderthals represented our basics, going back to, I just keep hearing the word going back to basics, and I kept seeing roots and vegetables and all kinds of, we are getting back to basics, and this is a reflection. It's going to make us see the whole thing. It's not going to be a little bit there, people are going to start doing a little bit of gardening there, a little bit of gardening there. No, it's going to basically trigger a deep burning desire that we all been kind of wanting for a while, but it's going to basically bring it in all together, right? It's instead of it just being here, there, everywhere, right? It's going to bring them all together, and then shoot it, basically inject this with a deep, deep desire, a deep manifestation of truth, of knowledge, of wisdom, of honesty, chivalry, right? Truth, things of the good night quality. And then it's going to make us also have this deep desire to just grow new things, grow new, not just plants and vegetables and herbs and spices and fruits and vegetables, like, not just that, but it's also going to make us grow, like, spiritually, a desire to grow spiritually, a desire to free ourselves, so to speak. um Then I smashed the orb. Wait, and no. So I smashed the orb, disappeared. And then I smashed two of the orbs. But the third orb was starting to turn from light into this smoky, shadowy kind of quartz thing. Um, but from what I understood from them, and I asked them why couldn't I do the third one, and they explained to me, and it's actually very interesting because they're right. In order for light to be here, there must be dark. There's always going to be a light and a dark aspect to our lives, to society. And in order to have complete balance, is us humans must understand that and come together. That there's always going to be a dark energy and a light energy, right? We all have that. I mean, we're capable of both positive and negative emotions, as what we consider to be positive and negative emotions. And so it's perfectly natural to have in our subconscious this dark energy. And all we can ask them, like, is there anything we can do about them? They said all we can do is bring awareness to that shadow. That's why when we ask for all this, things shift in a different manner, because we're bringing in the light, so to speak, of awareness, of conscious awareness, in order to illuminate that specific aspect that we believe to be hidden. Or if we're searching for the truth about something, say like a mysterious murder, don't we always eventually find the truth, right? Whether it takes years, or and the case closed, or maybe it takes 3 months. We always find the truth eventually. The truth will come out, and this is one of those times where we're bringing in a lot of wanting to know really what our governments are up to. What do they plan? Just a lot of truth and knowledge is going to be brought to the table. Um, then I saw this dragon that, in a sense, it's, I don't want to say it swallowed it, because it didn't really swallow it, but it basically put it in its mouth. Then with its saliva, it made this like sort of protective bubble with it, and then it put it on fire, and there was all this fire, and then it became this crystallized grass glass. So there is definitely some sort of glass. And glass to me is always about the elemental energy of the four elements, because it's made from earth. In the earth, the sand had to be used by water to kind of make the earth. So it's water and earth. Then it goes into fire, and then the glass blower. So it's water, earth, fire, and air energy. So the elemental dragons are definitely helping in bringing all this stuff to the light, And I'm really pleased about that because I've been doing a lot for a lot of things for world peace and illuminating truth. So just a confirmation that my energy workings are working. But what they showed me was that it wasn't a dragon, but a venomous snake. And when the venom went over the whole thing, the dragon's fire that was used was to solidify not solidify the poison, but basically to help us see through the poison. Does that make sense? Because glass is see through. So we're basically seeing through the poison that we're being given, and we're like, yeah, right, that's total BS. So we're seeing through it. We're seeing through the bullshit. We're seeing through the venomous lies. And that's going to all happen during this lunar eclipse. And I asked them why I was being shown this. And they said it's important for people to know what's coming now so they can prepare themselves on a soul level to prepare the energies and in it also help bring in that light of conscious awareness, to bring in the energies of truth, the energies of wisdom and knowledge, hidden dark secrets that we as humans need to know what our government is. Like, we need full disclosure, and I think that's what's going to happen is full disclosure of a lot of dark, really dark secrets that I can't really begin to like give words because they're that bad. Yeah. So yeah. So that's what's coming, guys. I'm thinking that there's gonna be an earthquake too, because of how like I saw the shitty like and disappear. So there might be an earthquake, but I don't think it's with hot springs. But there might be an earthquake triggered around the same time, and that's why I saw an earthquake. So it might be something like that that's going to happen either before the eclipse or after the eclipse. Who knows, right? So that's all that I was shown in the dreams, and I hope that these earthly events that I've foretold um, will be useful to you in your journey. Again, I'm asking them right now, what can we do right now? And they said, meditation, staying calm, not being in fear, and to illuminate your own shadows, to focus on relieving yourselves of any what you consider to be negative programs or fears that you have in your life. Those are things that you can work on now to better prepare you for the shift, to help you transition fully. Okay, that's just that. Okay, I was tripping for a minute. um, so meditation is going to be important. So practice meditating. If you are into ayahuasca journeys and peyote journeys, things like that, definitely do that if that's something that you are feeling you need as far as medicine right now. And that's pretty much it. It's basically just focus on you and on not healing yourself, basically seeing enough because you're not broken. It's not like you're healing yourself. You're really understanding. Oh, this identity or this behavior program or this emotional response or this mental thought is no longer serving me, so I need to rewire it or completely delete the whole thing and start from scratch, right? That's pretty much what it is. It's not that you have a problem. It's more like seeing, oh, well, this used to work with me when I was 5 years old, but now I no longer need it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it kind of is. It's not really healing yourself, but kind of seeing, oh, this was when I was 5, and that used to work when I was 5, and now it no longer works, so I got to change it to reconfigure it or start completely from scratch. That's just an example. So I do hope that you guys found this video to be very informative. It's actually like 10:59, and I fell asleep like around like 2 something or whatever. So, yeah, I hope this video was helpful and very insightful. I wish you guys the best of luck on your journeys. Know that you're a beautiful, awesome, powerful shamans, spiritual warriors, healers, peacemakers. You're powerful creators. And just know that I love you, the whole universe loves you, and you love yourself, whether you know it or not. Kisses.